Good morning. Good morning, beautiful souls, beautiful people. It's not really doing much. In the morning, too much sun from the back. Maybe something to think about in the future. So we are settling down with our cup of coffee or a cup of tea, freeing our minds from doom thinking, freeing our minds from negative thoughts, freeing our minds from fear. That is very important that if you want to continue in this lifestyle, that you free yourself from fear, from negative thoughts, from doom thinking, or else it's just a waste of time. So feel free to lit some incense or to lit a candle. So we come together of all walks of life, all religious backgrounds. There is no discrimination. So any religion, welcome. But it does not mean that your religion needs to hijack this live stream. No. You can relax, meditate with your religion the way you want. If you want to lit a candle, you lit a candle. You want to lit incense, you lit incense. Yes. So discrimination is outside the door. Duality is outside the door. The use of force is outside the door. So please put these things outside your door. No discrimination, no use of force, no duality. Then listen to understand and think from within your heart. Listen to understand instead of to reply. Get out of that modus. I want to say something, I want to say something. I reply, you say something, I reply. No. We want that everybody can get that feeling of, oh, I feel understood. So this morning we are going to go full force on all these things as apply standards. To apply these standards. So if you are head of the family, you say, discrimination is outside the door. Duality is outside the door. The use of force is outside of the door. There, you think from within your heart, you listen to understand, and if you don't understand it, you can ask a proper question. Otherwise, you do not interrupt. Yes? So, you do not need to have that, "Oh, I want to say something, I want." No, relax. You are listening to understand. Do you understand the other person? So, only simply by adding this in your life, you will be so much more smart simply because you focus on listening to understand. There were somebody who was replying, and that's also when I am talking and other people start to talk, I say to them, I'm not, you can stop talking, I'm not listening to you because I'm talking, and while I'm talking, I'm not using my ears except for listening to myself because that's what I practice. So when I talk, all these words I say to you, first, I listen to them myself. So before I think I'm teaching you, I'm actually only teaching myself. So lower your ego. So now we are going to put our hands together. Yes? We are going to put our hands together and breathe slowly in through our nose and blow slowly out through our mouth. And then we are going to focus. While we breathe in through our nose, we focus on receiving love, light, and healing. And when we breathe out, you focus on an expression of gratitude. This can be for anything and everything, like, thank you so much for the shoes that I wear, so my feet are protected from the thorns. So you slowly breathe in. Let me receive love, light, and healing. You breathe out with an expression of gratitude. Let's go. now that we have our breath under control, our heart rate slowed down, I'm going to give a little um, teaching which opportunity is always coming due to the other person, so you can learn. And this has to do with growth. So you might face people in your life that don't teach their child inside to grow up, that don't teach their inner voice to grow up. There are people that just simply do not think from within their heart because of ego is too big and the brain are too small. And how do I mean this? If you respond in such a fashion that you will react wrong first without using the brain to think about what is, like even if you want to put it next to a ruler to measure what's more or what's better, well, these signs are from people that do not grow at all, because this is a way you cannot grow. So I'm going to go into this a little bit more deeper. So when your first reaction is to react wrong and you need to be packaging your react wrong response in a totalitarian negative packaging and ridicule yourself completely and then putting the responsibility completely at the other person. That is the right spot for your suffering to start. Actually, your suffering started before that point because you were working towards your own suffering all the time. So if you need to compare yourself when somebody else is lifting something to a higher level, to consider it to be better, just because the other one wanted to be helpful, that has no reason at all that his good intentions. So sometimes persons need to know who they are facing in life. Who is that who is observing you? So if you, instead of reacting wrong all the time, go into letting your child inside, your inner voice grow up, then you would see what is better. Yes, then you would see, hey, when I observe this beginning, I see it stumbling a little bit. And if I want to bring that person in a better spot for, let's say, selling point to others, to make them look good, you cut away the stumbling. And if you add a creative expression to it, you are going to work with creative layers. So my kindness goes so far, but not into that direction. Not into that direction that immature, react wrong behavior is going to get attention. So the growth is there where you teach your child inside to grow up. It is not there in the moments where you react wrong, where you totally package good intentions and a negative packaging. Like you should know that duality is out. To do not even try me. Yes. So there are two things that people can do with duality when they put that outside the door. You can go backward because duality is you and I, you and I, you and I until there is conflict. You can go back to one. So duality is two. So you didn't go from one to two to go back one because it's backwards. But this is the stage in which most humans are. They go from one to two, from on my own to duality to go back to on my own because they are tired of fighting in duality. So we want unity in and loneliness out. So to put unity in, you also can take a step forward. Trinity. Trinity is also a unity. And there are people like the Roman Catholic Church talking about a holy trinity, but do the Christians get the message? To form a trinity is the fundament of democracy, majority decision. And if you have found your right wing man and your left wing man, you can fly and rise like a phoenix. Trinity is the step outside the matrix. So back to behavior. If you need to respond with react wrong because you do not know with which kind person you are dealing, with which loving man that you are dealing, and you do not see the good intentions because you are negative, you are creating a dark hole wherever you can. Well, if there was no proper question that had led to growth or to come to a closer understanding, instead of reacting wrong and asking for confirmation, then that question is not a proper question and will no longer be answered by me. I don't have time for pretending to be adults that are throwing a tantrum like they are an adolescent for absolutely nothing. There is no other reason than for you to realize that it's your own immature behavior because you didn't pay attention to the inner path, to your inner self, to your inner voice. You don't give thoughts the time to ripen. No, you are in the reaction, in the hurry up reaction from the matrix. I need to react, and I need to react wrong, eh? Because I'm an immature idiot. I need to react wrong, and I need to react. I'm not going to understand anything of it. I'm replying. Hello, I'm busy. I'm busy replying. And you see, immediately the tensions go up, your heart rate goes faster, Your breathing is going faster, and you know it all, but all the time the good intentions were there to put somebody else at their best on the spot. And that's when you are practicing unselfish behavior. When you want others to perform at their best, to grow with you, and not like see me growing and now I grow a little bit further than you, because in life people have different periods of learning. And where the other one's learning curve is going down and he knew a lot about it, the other one learning curve is going up, still need to learn. And then with the other one, having the new curve coming starts below until he goes up and knows it and he studies less because he knows it already. The learning curve has also an opposite that's not learning at all. Yes, but that's forgetting. To forget what you learn is the other learning curve. So I studied plants as a child and I know their names because we needed to know thousands of plant names for no good reason. And it started with Ageratum houstonianum. Just, you know, they thought if we are going to educate children plant names, we are going to feed them all first, Ageratum houstonianum, and so on, Helianthus superbus. All Latin names, of course, because it's a dead language. So after a while, you forget one plant or the thousand. After 10 years, probably more than 50%. What was that plant again? So your learning curve and no longer learning curve, and what is your interest? What do you study? It's really important on which level that you are. So people that react wrong are not on the level of taking words seriously or understanding things that they observe. No, they respond from within their ego. They do not respond from within their heart, nor use their mind to fullest. So they didn't free their mind from fear because they were afraid that the other thing was better. They didn't free their mind from negative thoughts because the whole packaging was one big problem full of negativity. How does that come up to your mind? Because you are focusing on negativity. You keep your own visual circle of negativity in life by your own behavior, not listening to understand. Oh, I never feel understood. Yeah, I know why. I know why you never feel understood because you simply do not listen to understand, right? You do not feel understood, but you also do not understand anything, not even the simplest because you are focusing on negativity, on your react wrong feeling is so important for your ego to make it a point. And then somebody says to you, you need to grow up. Yeah, but I'm already older than 18, most spiritually, and teach the child inside to grow up until you no longer need to react wrong anymore, until you can see the good intentions of the good and beautiful souls, instead of that your react wrong feeling and your react wrong response has dignity to a beautiful soul, to a loving and kind, enlightening person that even does so many positive things for you. And when one thing comes to you, you need to react wrong. That's how immature you are. This is this immaturity is a big problem because women talking to me and saying, and these men and those men, I say, because I observe really quickly that are no men. I said that are no men, that are boys. Yeah, but they have gray hair. They are boys. They didn't grow up. They didn't grow up at all. Look, and I bet this is going to happen next. And of course, that will, because there is a cause and an effect. And when you observe that with a free mind, so you can take the information, you will know. So, how to see things in a more positive way? Something is coming at me. But I am strong. I'm Spartacus, and something is coming at me. And then I'm going to cry like a little baby. That's basically the behavior in a nutshell. So the contrast of the light and the patience, so you need to teach the child inside to grow up. And when something is coming to you, you first need to focus on the positive thing. So when you are automatically focused on a negative thing, you probably will find something negative towards your own ego. but you should have lowered your ego. So, yes, this broadcast, this live stream might damage your ignorance. So, a soul might find it difficult to create other thought patterns than putting on the blame game. Yes? So, the blame game is a sign of immature behavior. So, is it true that we are blinding ourselves with negativity, making us unable to the true good intentions of somebody else who wants the better? So, if the goal is who wants the better, who also wants the better for others, what's wrong with that? Now you will answer, well, nothing wrong with that because it's for the better. Because it's for the better. Unless you start to compare it with yourself, that who is doing the better if it's not me? And I'm going to compare like if I'm in a competition with anybody else, like I need to do better than them. I think if you are doing okay is the best. And if you're doing your best is okay. So the growth of a human being, the growth of your spirit, the growth of your soul, the inner path to your inner self, allowing yourself to teach this child inside to grow up is coming with the understanding that we apply the standards to listen to understand first, to think from within our hearts, to take the time. to what we observe and think about it thoroughly, to have a complete thought process going on from left to right, from front to back, from above to below, from inside to outside, from micro to macro, in a total observation of that what is. So if you were smart to decide for yourself, hey, what do I get placed in my hand? Well, it's, as I see it, packaged in negativity, it's duality. Well, duality is out, and the rest is ego and negativity. Well, you know what? I throw it out of my hand. I'm not going to keep that. And I no longer give that attention. So now I have my hands empty and I better place them together again and pray for forgiveness for that person and being grateful for that person to experience that person in such a way, helping me to figure out how to explain growth and how you can see where the child inside did not grow up, where the person did not think from within his heart, and the mind is wrapped in negativity, the react wrong response is as such. Now, if you did practice with me all the live streams so far, then you know that when it comes to the other person, we focus on the positive things of that other person. So if you want to start love humanity again, so maybe you are in a spot traumatized that you don't like humanity anymore. Like, for example, if you live in Gaza, you easily might not love humanity anymore. So start to focus on the positive things in other people. Do no longer play the blame game because that is when you teach your inner child to grow up. You're not going to blame others, but you are going to take responsibility for yourself. And if people are too immature They will not walk any further with you on that path of enlightenment because they first will have their blockages, yes, their blockades on their path to overcome and learn that way until they understood. So you can grow with me, setting your mind free, free from fear, because fear, where is the fear in this? Well, the fear of competition and the fear that the other one is better than you. So free yourself from fear. So you do not have that immature part anymore. Free your mind from negativity and start to think from within your heart. What would love do? And I need to tell you that if you do not see me as a loving, kind, and beautiful soul, then please go away and do never ever give me attention anymore because I have no intent to give you intention, attention or whatsoever. So, how to recognize beautiful people, beautiful souls? And then I said to a person, I see you with my heart because I recognize that person as a beautiful soul that showed the behavior for me to witness. I'm not the only one. But when it all starts for the ego, okay, it goes really fast over there. And sometimes when you go deep in thought, you do not want that distraction of music, but you want to be clear. So if the negative side of ego is bringing you to mind, which is wrapped in negative package, then I do not expect anything good to come for that, yes? So the first observation I do about knowledge, about wisdom, about behavior is not superficially looking at myself, but looking at myself innerly, asking myself first these questions: how it could be positive, What would love do? What do I see? And do I need to judge it? That's also something, yes? So when you are in a competition, you feeling the need to judge because the one must be better than the other one, while both can be okay. So it is true that people that did not taught their child inside to grow up, that are not expanding in awareness, they easily can go live to tell you what's wrong in this world. And they outwardly point out it's over there. Look the bad. Excuse me. Look the bad stuff. What's happening over there? Look the bad stuff. What's happening over there? In the meanwhile, they didn't look at the bad stuff inside of them. In the meanwhile, they didn't teach the child inside to grow up. In the meanwhile, they are suffering. Yeah, why are they suffering? Yeah, because if it's always somebody else's fault, you are going to suffer. And I know, listen to me, I know that that politician is bad. That politician sucks. That politician is no good. I know how to point the wrong thing in others. I know what they do wrong. No shit, Sherlock. But none of that made you a bigger, a better, a holier man. It only showed me that you still did not start to let the inner child grow up. Such of low level of behavior, it's sad but true, it happens. When you scroll over YouTube or TikTok, it will be the first and the last thing you see there. So when you see a beautiful soul, please give them attention. Yes, but the Matrix has cultivated hateful, individualistic behavior, creating sociopath and psychopath. And humanity is not aware that they are doing monkey see, monkey do, and they become an extension of that system. And that's how your mind is conditioned. So I think I can repeat myself over and over again of the importance of to let the child inside grow up. And when something challenging is coming to you, I focus on the positive things. I try to see the things the way they are. And sometimes somebody gives you a comment just to improve from that moment on. Hey, it goes like this, huh? Oh, that person said to me. It goes like this. Without the miscounts. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to do this. It can be that easy when you listen to understand, you understood the other person is trying to help you to do it the right way. When you're not listening to understand and you're not thinking from within your heart, then your ego will easily arise. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Yes, Frankie is talking to you. So, humanity has a lot of growing up to do, says a very immature person. But if I can understand all that, yeah. But this is the thing, eh? This is the thing. And you were behaving like that, but you were talking about the child inside growing up. I say, listen, to teach the child inside to grow up does not mean to kill the child inside. To teach the child inside to grow up has to do so the child inside can safely play. Yes, so the child inside you need to keep alive. Yes, and when the child inside is alive, other people, especially those that are negative and everything is wrong with everybody else, might think that you are the immature one. When you talk like you talk with cows or horses like I do, and you do that in a childish way. Eh? Oh, beautiful cow, I love you. It sounds really childish, but that's the child inside that's alive. But it is not as childish as the blame game. It's not as childish as stepping in duality. It's not as childish as so many other things. React wrong. And then there's the saying, oh, he has long toes, easy to step on. But, anyways, there's a lot of work for me ahead. So, we are going to end this beautiful conversation. And I hope that more and more people are going to let their child inside grow up because I think it's really, really needed. It's really, really needed. But yeah, maybe they need to suffer a little bit more. So keep praying, Keep doing good. See you next time.